owner of World Class Fight League. Our next event is going to be August 1st. It's a Friday right here in beautiful Tampa, Florida at the Cuban Civic Center on Memorial and Sheldon. We'd love for you guys to come check us out. If you guys love MMA action, UFC, Bellator, PFL, even boxing. We have boxing, MMA, and kickboxing. We'll have about 15 to 16 action-packed fights that night. Come check us out.
Imagine waking up every morning with parks, pools, championship golf, shopping, and dining just around the corner. Being close to both the clear blue waters of the Gulf Coast and the excitement of downtown Tampa, with 1,000,001 ways to meet your neighbors, build traditions, and explore new interests. Lakewood Ranch has truly become a way of life. Come see why we've been America's favorite place to call home for 5 years running.
Garcia here, president and owner of World Class Fight League. Our next event is going to be August 1st. It's a Friday right here in beautiful Tampa, Florida at the Cuban Civic Center on Memorial and Sheldon. We'd love for you guys to come check us out. If you guys love MMA action, UFC, Bellator, PFL, even boxing. We have boxing, MMA, and kickboxing. We'll have about 15 to 16 action-packed fights that night. Come check us out.
Imagine waking up every morning with parks, pools, championship golf, shopping, and dining just around the corner. Being close to both the clear blue waters of the Gulf Coast and the excitement of downtown Tampa, with 1,000,001 ways to meet your neighbors, build traditions, and explore new interests. Lakewood Ranch has truly become a way of life. Come see why we've been America's favorite place to call home for 5 years running.
Hey guys, Ralph Garcia here, president and owner of World Class Fight League. Our next event is going to be August 1st. It's a Friday right here in beautiful Tampa, Florida at the Cuban Civic Center on Memorial and Sheldon. We'd love for you guys to come check us out. If you guys love MMA action, UFC, Bellator, PFL, even boxing. We have boxing, MMA, and kickboxing. We'll have about 15 to 16 action-packed fights that night. Come check us out.
Imagine waking up every morning with parks, pools, championship golf, shopping, and dining just around the corner. Being close to both the clear blue waters of the Gulf Coast and the excitement of downtown Tampa, with 1,000,001 ways to meet your neighbors, build traditions, and explore new interests. Lakewood Ranch has truly become a way of life. Come see why we've been America's favorite place to call home for 5 years running.
Hey guys, Ralph Garcia here, president and owner of World Class Fight.
have a starting lineup for FC Miami City. Number 1, Juan Casas. Number 2, Giannis Lazri. Number 5, John Campi. Number 6, Ayo Bomalala. Number 8, Amadou Diop. Number 9, Santiago Fajardo. Number 10, Mateo Amado. Number 11, Manuel Gutierrez. Number 16, Daniel Amado. Number 20, Samuel Calderon. Number 21, El Casido. And the head coach, Julian Pedraza. And now, your starting lineup for your Sarasota Paradise. Number 6, George Waits. Number 7, Kai Tamashiro. Number 10, Fabrizio Bernal. Number 11, Romeo Dahlin. Number 12, Felipe Rojas. Number 13, Andrew Hollenbach. Number 15, Christian Leon. Number 20, Owen Barnett. Number 24, Lucas Camera. Number 28, Jack Killstrom. And number 32, Robert Berlew. Your assistant coaches, Brody Conga, Jamie Hutchinson, Mark McPhee, your team administrator, Lily Mae Stewart, and your head coach, Marko Dakovic. Fans, please rise for the singing of our national anthem, being sung tonight by Natalie Smith.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
All right, give it up for Natalie Smith.
It is the conclusion of the regular season for the Sarasota Paradise and FC Miami City as we are live from the home of the back-to-back South Florida Division champions. They will close off their regular season and try and kind of get the last thing that they have not been able to do this season. Get a win against the only team that they have not gotten points against this year. My name's Addison Resco. Alongside me is my partner, Paul Whiteside. The Sarasota Paradise played St. Pete on the road on July 2nd, and they drew. It was looking very bleak due to goal differential and the form that St. Pete was playing in. Then the Paradise on July 5th did something that you probably thought was fake if you looked at it at first. A 16-0 win over Miami AC on the road. Yes, 16-0 in the soccer match. Put them 5 goals ahead of St. Petersburg. That would have played into tonight's game had St. Petersburg not fallen to Fort Lauderdale on the road on the 8th of July. Fort Lauderdale down a man, pulled away with a 2-1 victory against St. Petersburg. And after all of that, it was Fort Lauderdale who ended up clinching that second playoff berth in the South Florida Division, leaving St. Pete out of the picture. It's been a wild week and a half since the Paradise have last played at home. But here they are, closing out the regular season in front of a packed, excited crowd, celebrating their second league in a row.
Yeah, absolutely. Just kind of shocking, that 16-0 victory, against Miami City, and just kind of, obviously just a shocker there about the standings. And it was, like you said, looking really bleak. Sarasota draws against St. Pete. They kind of, looks like they kind of needed a win, and they were down on goal differential by 11. And then they get that 16-0 victory, go up in goal differential, and then Fort Lauderdale goes and beats St. Petersburg. So it was kind of that 1% chance that, Sarasota Paradise were going to, clinch the division. It was looking really good for St. Pete, and now they're completely out of playoff standings and completely out of title contention. So, like you said, it's been a wild week and a half, but Sarasota definitely having smiles on their faces. I know the fans and I know the players are, despite how they've gotten to go with it. So it's been a wild week.
Give it up for your South Florida Division champion, Sarasota Paradise!
The Sarasota Paradise have lost one game this season. Coming into this game, 11 matches played, 8 wins, 2 draws, both for St. Petersburg, and 1 loss. And it was to FC Miami City, who they will try and beat tonight to close off such a strong regular season. And it might start early. Owen Barnett, an early opportunity, but a nice recovery by John Campy to steer the danger away early. And that was a lot of how the chances looked for the Paradise in that 16-0 win over Miami AC.
Yeah.
A lot of turnovers that the midfield were able to create in the back half. They were able to translate it into early scores. I would tell you which goal it was that happened, but there were way too many to count. 16 goals, by no doubt the largest victory margin and most amount of goals scored in Paradise history. As here's FC Miami City, a team that comes into this game in 4th place in the South Florida Division with 16 points. They have really held their own against the top teams, drawing against teams like Fort Lauderdale and St. Petersburg, really giving those teams a bunch of trouble. And then the only team to knock off Sarasota, they had a slow start to the year, but have really picked it up in this back half. And obviously, they weren't ever close to competing for the South Florida Division title, but in one of the toughest divisions in USL2, they've really held their own this year.
Yeah, absolutely. They've been doing really good, as you said, this back half of the season, making it really competitive with these top teams like the Sarasota Paradise, like Fort Lauderdale, like St. Petersburg. The only team to beat Sarasota Paradise, and it wasn't a narrow victory. I mean, they beat them 4-2, at home, and that was definitely a commanding victory. And, not to say that they ever had any chance of winning, but they've been a tough team to beat this year.
It was a game after Kai Tamashiro's opening goal that FC Miami City scored 4 straight before Romeo Dahlin, who's pressing there, scored a late goal in the 82nd minute. Coach Stokovich talks about that game as the game that turned their season around. After that game, he says the team took a new look, a new approach, and it has worked. They have not lost since. Here is Kai Tamashiro. Over to Owen Barnett, who scored 3 of those 16 goals against Miami AC. He has really turned it on in the latter half of this season. as Juan Casas picks it up. Amato fighting for possession, and he will win a foul. Roberto Burlew can't believe it, but a dangerous free kick here.
Yeah, definitely. There was a little tugging on the jersey. They both went up for the header, but definitely a foul that you're going to get called, especially when you tug the jersey and you go down there. But definitely in a dangerous position right outside the box here.
It'll be Santiago Fajardo who will take this free kick. It appears he scored in the 25th minute of that game on June 11th for Sarasota. He scored the opener for FC Miami City. The striker from Colombia, ready to tee it up. And a good effort.
Yeah, definitely good effort. Goes right over the bar on that left side here, but it looks like Killstrom was going to get into it anyways. He was very good on positioning there.
Here's Andrew Hollenbach, and he sends that one away. He is in for what would normally be Enzo Pinozo. However, Enzo Pinozo has left the team back to college. As you'll see, a lot of guys do that here in the USL2 League. Enzo Pinozo back to SMU, Jeffrey White back to Wake Forest, and a couple of Paradise players in their last game today as Tamashiro not able to catch up to that one. Would have had a lot of space.
Yeah, it's just a poor pass by Romeo Dahlin. Tamashiro's just kind of wide open on that right side, but just a little too much on it for Tamashiro. He can't get to it.
Leon. Over to Lucas Camrath.
And, you know, like you mentioned, the loss of Enzo Pinozo and Jeffrey White among, you know, other players like George Wade, and he's leaving after this game. As you see, he's with the ball there. And then Fabrizio Bernal, number 10, they're both leaving as well. So, you know, it's definitely going to be a new look to this team. But we talked to Coach Dokovic about the depth of this team, and I think that's what's going to set them apart in the playoffs this year. Is they have so much depth and they have so many good players on the bench that they're going to have to step it up in the playoffs as the Sarasota Paradise lose 4 of their very, very good kind of regular starters.
Sixth minute of action here at the Premier Sports Campus. Calderin wins it back, but it's Tamashiro with it now. That's a poor pass and sent away for Felipe Rojas, the birthday kid today. Campy. Playing it towards the middle, that's Fajardo. Lucas Camrath all over him. They'll go quickly on the free kick, but the official has none of that. And a nice start here for FC Miami City, a team that we talked about gave the Paradise trouble. And from what we've seen in the last couple of games for the Paradise, they haven't allowed their teams to have most of the possession. Still really early, but FC Miami City, a good start to maybe what's to come.
Absolutely. They've been doing really...
Oh, and Rojas lost it. And it was Gutierrez who almost netted his 4th goal of the season. Almost a costly mistake.
Yeah, it looks like Felipe Rojas just completely whiffed on it there. A dangerous mistake in the box. Gutierrez takes advantage, but skies it just over the bar. But a very, very dangerous mistake that could have proved costly early here in this game.
Camrath to Rojas. Once again, a mistimed run and pass. Played long to Amado.
All right, fans, let's get it going here. Let's go, Paradise. Let's go, Paradise. Let's go, Paradise. Let's go, Paradise. Let's go, Paradise!
Camerath sends it into the middle. Lucas Camerath was named into the top 10 players to end the season by the USL2 in a recent article that just came out, highlighting his ability and highlighting this Paradise defense. It's been one of the best all season, and if you don't believe it, they've allowed 0.73 goals per game this season. They're allowing under a goal a match in one of the top divisions in the USL2 league. It has been a stifling defense, and Lucas Camerath has been a large part of it. That's a nice job by Romeo Dahlin to stay with the possession, and he'll win a foul.
Yeah, like you were saying about Lucas Camerath, he's been one of those key center backs in that, back half, and just one of those key points in that Sarasota Paradise defense. Like you said, probably the best in the South Florida division, have allowed less than a goal per game, and he's been one of the main parts. Obviously, him and Enzo Pinozo, that center back pair, but a rightful placement in that top 10 for the whole season of USL2.
It's a goal kick. Diop and Tamashiro battling for it, and Paradise wanted it to be a corner kick, but to no avail. Roberto Burlu heard yelling at the officials, trying to tell them. Tenth minute of action here at the Premier Sports Campus. Paradise trying to find their 9th win of the year. Hollenbach, Tamashiro, poor touch. And he's going to win a foul.
Yeah, I think it was a foul there. It was a late call by the ref, but I think Tamashiro got clipped a little bit there. As you see, he goes down. But the Miami City players didn't like that call.
Here's Owen Barnett. Hollenbach. FC Miami City, they're pressing hard and they are winning challenges. Paradise win it back. Here's Tamashiro. Oh, had Romeo Dahlin, but it is sent away out of play for a throw.
It's a nice play by John Campy to just get in front of Romeo Dahlin and not allow Tamashiro and that pass to go through. That could have been dangerous if that pass had gone through, though.
Leon ticking down, and another foul, this one on Daniel Amato. A great crowd here in Lakewood Ranch to close out the regular season, but it will not be the last time that they are here at the Premier Sports Campus. The Sarasota Paradise, one of the 8 hosts for the USL2 playoffs. They will be playing here on Friday, July 18th at 7:30 p.m. There will also be games between 2 other teams at 4 p.m. And then the 2 winners from the 18th will meet for a date in the round of 16. Dahlin to Camerath. He'll go for goal. That's a nice save by Juan Casas. And now the other end, it's Samuel Calderon. Over to John Campy. Trying to squeeze it into Amato, but Jack kills from there in the box.
Yeah, like you said, this FC Miami City playing very well in these first 12 minutes of time here in the first half. And you see that over the past few games, the Sarasota Paradise have dominated possession. They've been pressing well. They've been keeping the ball well. But FC Miami is giving them a run for their money, and they're doing very well against a team that's been a highlight for them all year, is keeping possession and pressing. But they're definitely matching their energy here tonight.
Owen Barnett trying to squeeze through 2 defenders, and he does, but Rojas turns it away. And a long ball for Amato. Mateo Amato battling with Roberto Burlu. And Barlow will win that challenge. And then it's taken down, a reckless challenge from behind, and now we'll await the decision. It will just be a yellow card. So Mateo Amato goes in the book.
Yeah, that's a ridiculous challenge. He gets beat there. It's a nice play by Burlew, and Amato just kind of hot there and goes in for a reckless challenge. There was no attempt at the ball there. I wouldn't have been surprised if the ref had pulled the red there, but little early in the game, you know, tensions are still high, so a yellow is definitely going to come out there, but a reckless, ridiculous challenge.
For number 16,
We saw
Daniel Amato,
Roberto Burlew wins
Miami
that
City.
challenge. He's got some space, and then coming in from the left side is where Amato, and the ball was on the left side, but still a challenge from behind like that. If you don't get it perfect,
Yeah.
you're in danger.
You're in deep trouble, for sure, and that's kind of what we saw there, and really kind of no attempts at the ball, as I said before. It's just kind of trying to get him down and kind of heated that he won the...
And there's some tension. There it is between Burlew and Amato. You're going to have to watch that all night after that. And back and forth we go, foul after foul, and it will be Christian Leon who draws that one.
Let's go.
We're going to see a lot of stoppage time here with all the fouls and lots of high tension. As this has been the only team to beat Sarasota, and they want to do it again here tonight, even though this game has a little less of meaning. You see Miami City definitely wanted to grab the win here, and the tensions are high and the heat.
Here's Colleran. And a nice, no. They're going to get Leon for a foul there. It looked like it was nice at first. Lastry plays it in, and Jack Killstrom jumps up and secures it.
Give it up for your Sarasota Paradise.
Action-packed first 15 minutes of this one. Paradise and FC Miami City battling it out in the final game of the regular season for the USL 2 South Florida Division season. The Paradise will be hosting once again, so 3 additional teams will be coming down. As of now, the word is that it will be Sporting Jacksonville, Laredo Heat, and Fort Lauderdale United, who the Paradise have seen twice already this year, that will be coming down and making the trip to Sarasota. We will await the schedule and the word of who the Paradise are playing. That will come out on July 14th at about 10 a.m. Here's Kai Tamashiro. Tamashiro, it's been a while since he scored. He hasn't scored since that FC Miami City game. He has 9 goals in his 3 years with the Paradise. Fajardo chirping up the official. He wanted a call
On Andrew Hollenbach there, it looks like there was a tiny bit of a shove, but it kind of looks like Fajardo went down on his own there.
and they'll get a handball on Tamashiro. Not only a lot of back and forth action, back and forth down the pitch, some goal scoring opportunities, a lot of tension on the pitch itself between the players. Many pushes and shoving so far that we've seen in just the first 17 minutes of this game. As here is Fort Lauderdale, or excuse me, FC Miami City with it here. It's Gutierrez.
And even on the sideline there, you see FC Miami's bench getting visibly and verbally upset at the refs at every call that goes against their way here.
Here's Waits. Rojas will run through the middle and he'll give it over to Tamashiro. Tamashiro took a while to get to Casas, but picks it up cleanly and stays on the ground.
Thanks to our friends at Chick-fil-A, the Sarasota Paradise scores 2 or more goals tonight. Every fan in attendance will win a free Chick-fil-A Center.
And it is a handball. They'll get Andrew Hollenbach for that. And a lot of stoppages. And here it is again. Another free kick opportunity for Miami City.
Yeah, this one in another good position as they get Hollenbach for the handball there.
Amato to take the free kick. FC Miami City scored 4 goals against the Paradise. The Paradise have only let up 8 all year. They've scored half of the goals. Scored! And what a free kick that was. It's off the post. Still with it. Killstrom punches it up in the air, and it is out of play for a corner kick. What a free kick from Mateo Amato. Just missed it.
Yeah, just off the post there. And Killstrom in a pretty good position, but can't quite get to it. That one was definitely going in if it was a few inches to the right, but what a free kick by Mateo Amato. Had 2 good free kicks early in this game so far.
Rojas sends it out. It'll be another corner kick. The mess finally cleared up from Jack Killstrom, who has been great in goal all season. Arguably besides that one game versus FC Miami City, but a nice save after the free kick from Amato. As here is Lucas Camerath. Nice play by Diop. Oh, and a poor pass from Killstrom, and it sets up Santiago Fajardo. Fajardo not able to get a clean look. That was a good recovery right there from Roberto Burlou, and a slippage right there from Caicedo, but then Burlou sends it out of play. Pressure building for FC Miami City. They've been the one thing the Paradise have not been able to figure out yet, and they certainly haven't figured them out through the first 20 minutes of this game.
Yeah, definitely not. And usually that's kind of what they do is they are able to figure out these teams, and they're able to create pressure, and they're able to create chances, but they haven't been able to even create a lot in the first 20 minutes of the game, and it's kind of been a very FC Miami City, not dominated, but they're definitely holding their own, which is something that most teams have not been able to do against the Paradise this season.
Romeo Dahlin tried to catch up to that one, but it just finds the edge of the box for Juan Casas to pick up. Here's Daniel Amato. Into the midfield, it's Calderon. Now Diop. Diop to Lasari. Calderon. Into the middle. Paradise claiming that run was offside, and it was a good opportunity, but just mistimed it by a step. And that would have been a dangerous challenge. That might have been a penalty.
I was just going to say that if that run had been onside, that 100% would have been a penalty, as Jack Killstrom dives too early and sends Santiago Fajardo to the ground inside the box. So Paradise very lucky that that was called offside, because that could have been dangerous.
Camerath over to Rojas. Dahlin pressed by Diop. Poor pass from Rojas, and Amato was trying to get it over to Fajardo, but Fajardo nowhere in the realm of the pass. Going long for Dahlin. That's a wonderful pass. And Romeo Dahlin, that is a great left-hand save from Juan Casas.
That's a great save, but what a pass by Roberto Burlu. I mean, that was picture perfect in there for Romeo Dahlin. Has two defenders breathing down his neck and just kind of unable to get the right power on it, but it's a nice save by Juan Casas, and it goes out for a corner.
Our trusted advisors are here to guide you. Visit irwincollective.com to schedule your consultation today.
It will be George Waits to take the corner, his final game with the Paradise this season, as he will be headed back to Xavier University after. Hollenbach gets ahead on it. A whistle from the official, not exactly sure, but it will go back. Diop. Looked as if Fajardo slipped there, and now the Paradise with possession and on the run. Here's Burlu. Pressed high, and he gets around Gutierrez. Now it's Tamashiro. Left foot to Owen Barnett, and he just can't control it enough. Diop there to send it away. Possible offsides.
Yeah, it looks like Paradise kind of pressed up and brought all defenders up, and it looks like Fajardo was just barely offside there.
Paradise. Let's go, Paradise. Let's go, Paradise. Let's go, Paradise.
It's not something you usually see a player going offside in their own half, but when the Paradise bring up all their defenders, that's what happens.
Tamashiro trying to find his 10th goal with the Paradise. And it is sent out for a corner.
He almost does, but John Campy in there, able to get a leg on it and send it away for a corner.
Tamashiro, third season with the Paradise. Christian Leon and Felipe Rojas, who are in the starting 11 tonight. Also a part of that 3-year member club, as George Waits once again to take the corner. Camrath couldn't find the head on that one. And a dramatic fall. Still deadlocked at 0 as we enter the 27th minute of action here at the Premier Sports Campus. Again, the Paradise have clinched the South Florida Division. They will be hosting a playoff match on Friday night in front of their home crowd. And if they win that game, they'll host a round of 16 as well on Sunday night. Play long for Fajardo, and Roberto Burlu gets a touch on it, and that's a great play by Christian Leon. Gets his foot in there, takes it away, and this pass just a tad too strong as it falls back to the keeper. Paradise are starting to find a little bit of a rhythm, though. It was a rough start, but they're starting to put some good offense together.
Yeah, definitely. They're starting to put some good balls in the box. They're starting to make some nice runs, as we saw, you know, that Roberto Burlu to Romeo Dahlin pass was probably the closest they've been to a goal all game. But definitely starting to find a little bit of a rhythm here and starting to figure out Miami City.
Camrath was trying to send it down to Fabrizio Bernal.
Remember,
goes
fans,
out of
if
play.
Paradise scores 2 goals or more, everyone goes home with a free Chick-fil-A sandwich card. After the final whistle, look for Chick-fil-A team members, the exits, wave your card.
Here's John Campy. Caicedo. Gutierrez, that's a great ball. And now here, oh, that's wonderful. Jack Killstrom slides out to make the save. And now we're going to get a yellow on Fajardo. Fajardo wanted a penalty, and he's having to be pushed away by his teammate.
Yeah, not sure what the protest is there. It was a very clean challenge by Jack Killstrom. All ball there, and I know Fajardo went down in the box, but a clean tackle by Killstrom in the box.
A very risky one, but got away with it, made it right, and Fajardo could not believe it. He is stunned.
Yeah, definitely a risky challenge, but perfectly executed there by Jack Killstrom, and definitely got the ball there as Fajardo goes down, but he is stunned, and so is that bench.
Fajardo probably thought that he had the game's opener for FC Miami City, just as he did back on the game on June 11th. Still deadlocked, 30th minute. It has been an action-packed game. Romeo Tallon takes it away, and he'll win a foul.
Fans, let's get loud and cheer Paradise on. The Go to Margo. Because Paradise scoring means free Chick-fil-A for everyone tonight.
Paradise trying to find the opener. They've been great from set pieces all year long. Even if they don't score directly off of it, you see a couple of bounces normally happen, and then somehow, some way, it's landing on the foot of someone who's putting it in the back of the net. We've seen it consistently all year long.
Ladies and gentlemen, the yellow card caution has been issued by the referee, the number 8 of Miami City, Amadou Diop.
Tamashiro got a good strike on that one, but it is blocked away by Diop, who just picked up a yellow card. So there are 3 members of Miami City in the book now. Fajardo, Amato, and Diop. Paradise with it once again until it is taken away. And here's Lasari. Santiago Fajardo goes for goal, and it is well out of play. You can tell he is hungry for a goal.
I was literally just going to say that. He looks like he's goal hungry there, as, you know, he gets denied by Killstrom, and, you know, he had that free kick earlier that just went over the bar and sends it over the bar again there from outside the box.
Darlin. Good press once again from Miami City. It falls on the foot of Tamashiro. Burlew. Caicedo working with him. Barnett, that's a great pass. Romeo Dellin off a deflection and in. Diop on the ground, and the Paradise lead 1-0 early.
Yeah, Yeah, it's some great play in there by, you see George Waits gets it into Owen Barnett, and a nice pass in there to Romeo Dahlin, able to shove off the defender, and it looks like it's a deflection off of Amadou Diop that goes in and just over the head of Juan Casas. But nevertheless, Sarasota Paradise going up 1-0 in the 33rd minute.
Continuous press and press from Santiago Fajardo and Mateo Amato, and it is the Paradise instead who get that opener.
Sarasota Paradise goal is scored by number 11, Romeo Dahlin.
And the Paradise were hydrating, and the referee said, too bad.
Yeah.
He didn't let a warning out that they needed to get back on the pitch, but they're able to get back out there just in time.
Miami City eager to kind of go back into this game and start fast here, as that'll definitely fire them up after they go down 1-0 after definitely some insane tension on that bench and on the pitch.
Diop wins possession back for FC Miami City, and here they are on the run trying to tie this game up, but it was Andrew Hollenbach who got his foot on it to send that one clear. And now here's Tamashiro. That's a wonderful move. Got by Caicedo. Tamashiro, ball in. It's Owen Barnett to Romeo Dahlin, and it is saved. Paradise still with it now, and it is sent away. What an effort by Juan Casas. Tamashiro with it again. Paradise knocking on the door for goal number 2, and that pass is poor, and it goes out for a goal kick. The pressure really starting to amp up for the Paradise. They found the rhythm.
Yeah, absolutely. Starts with a great move there by Kai Tamashiro, just blows right past Caicedo and then plays a nice ball in there to Barnett and Dahlin, and it's a great save by Juan Casas. Dahlin wanting that second, but Casas denies him.
Romeo Dahlin almost had 2 goals in about 2 minutes. He'll have to wait again. He does have 2 goals against FC Miami City on the season, though. He scored in the 82nd minute of that 4-2 loss against FC Miami City. He also scored 2 goals in the last game against Miami AC, but who didn't score, right? Well, let's go through it. 7 different goal scores for the Paradise in that game against Miami AC. And then get this, what's crazier than 7 goals being scored is the stat line that Andres Ferreira put up. I mean, 5 goals, all right? 5 goals, that's already incredible. Well, why not add 5 more assists to that total? 10 goal contributions in
one game.
One match. That is something that, and I mean this when I say it, you might never see again at this type of level. Owen Barnett was also able to net 3 goals. You had Romeo Dahlin with the 2, Elias Kodry with the 2, Fabrizio Bernal with 2, James Maxwell off the bench with 1, and Nicholas Slivich off the bench with 1 as well. 7 different goal scorers, 16 goals. Truly one of the most improbable games you can think of. I mean, I think I speak for both of us. When we looked at the score, we weren't at the game, and we look at the score, you can't even think it's real. It's 15, 16, nothing. I look at it first at 15, nothing. I haven't seen it ever. This can't be real.
Yeah.
It was real. And the Paradise goal differential could have been a crucial part of tonight's game had St. Petersburg Drew were tied. Obviously, it didn't matter, and the Paradise won the South Florida division, but a game that put them in the driver's seat regardless of what happened with St. Petersburg, and truly just, you could talk about it forever and you'd never be able to understand it or put it into words. 16-0 in a match. I mean,
both of us were just absolutely shocked. You know, neither of us were at that game, but both definitely in contact as that, going 6-0 up at halftime and then putting up, why not, another 10 in that second half. But yeah, that Andres Ferreira stat line is absolutely phenomenal. I mean, you would say that a player had a good season if they put that up.
Right?
You know, 5 goals, 5 assists. That sounds like a good season. Why not do it in one game? And that game not only so improbable because obviously the 16 goals, 7 different goal scorers, it's absolutely amazing, but because of how much that game mattered, because of the goal differential. I mean, they're kind of not at they're at a disadvantage by 11 goals in that goal differential. They get that 16 goals and they go up 5 in the goal differential. It's absolutely amazing to see what happened in that game and just how much it would mean for the rest of the season.
Had St. Petersburg won against Fort Lauderdale United or even drew, the Paradise, let's first say that St. Petersburg wins versus Fort Lauderdale United, and then they win today, which they did versus Weston 3-1, and the Paradise won today. They would have won the league because of goal differential in that game.
Yeah.
That game, it's incredible as it is, but we're not even talking about it as much as we would have been had St. Petersburg gotten just a point against Fort Lauderdale United. But Fort Lauderdale United came on the road to St. Petersburg, picked up a 2-1 win with a man down, and now they're headed back to Sarasota. They've fallen to them twice. We don't know if they'll meet in the playoffs, have to wait for the schedule to come out. But they are one of the 3 teams that the Paradise could face on that matchup on July 18th, as here's an opportunity trying to squeeze it into Fajardo, but Jack Killstrom down on the ground to make the save again.
Yeah, it'll definitely be interesting to see in that playoffs, how the Sarasota Paradise match up against Fort Lauderdale. Obviously beating them twice, is definitely a stat line to consider, but they've been hot recently, and beating St. Petersburg in that last, as it looks like St. Petersburg was going to win the league not even a week ago, and now they're completely out of playoff contention, and they're going to finish 3rd, which is absolutely ridiculous. So, anything can really happen, especially at this level in this division.
Here's Bernal, drops it off. Can Dolan find number 2? He just misses it wide.
Give it up for your Sarasota Paradise.
Romeo Dolan has put himself in great positions tonight. So close again to finding number 2.
Yeah, he had to switch over to that left foot, so he couldn't quite get the power and the angle that maybe he could have gotten on that right foot, but still a good effort nonetheless, and he's been definitely getting in a lot of these situations where he could score. Obviously has the lone goal tonight, but wouldn't be surprised if he grabs a second.
Rojas wins possession back for the Paradise. Bernal, that's a great ball. Paradise on the move again. Owen Barnett! My word, that would have been stunning. It's just over the top.
Yeah, absolutely acrobatic try from Owen Barnett in the box. Fully lays out in the air as it's an amazing volley that goes just over the bar. Had Juan Casas beat, definitely could have hit the upside of that bar and gone in, but would have that been an amazing goal from Owen Barnett.
And this crowd, which is the largest for Sarasota of the 2025 regular season, would have been sent into an absolute frenzy had that found the back of the net. Just missed from Owen Barnett, who has been on a scoring spree as of late. Here's a chance, though, and almost an own goal, but Jack Killstrom at the right place at the right time to pick it up. It was Lucas Camrath whose foot sent it right back in Killstrom's direction.
Yeah, you look at that and kind of surface level, and it looks like an easy save for Lucas Camrath, but I can tell you right now, that is one of the hardest saves to make as a goalkeeper, especially when your own defender sends it in your hands, and it's a very hard thing to anticipate and to get the timing right. So that's a wonderful save by Lucas Camrath, keeping it out, but definitely a dangerous play in the box as Lucas Camrath avoids a scare there.
Killstrom again there to pick it up. Santiago Fajardo has been everywhere. He's been the lifeline for this Miami City team. They've been aggressively trying to get him involved in the chances here in the first half of this game as we are approaching the end of half number 1.
Yeah, and why wouldn't you want to give him involved? I mean, he's been one of their strongest attackers all season. You know, obviously had that goal in the 25th minute against Sarasota the first time they played, and he's definitely kind of that bigger body as a striker, as that true number 9 that you don't really see often at this level, especially teams that Sarasota has kind of, faced this season. And you definitely see a lot that Lucas Camrath is able to body those strikers out, but he's definitely had a hard time.
That's a clear foul on Yanis Laseri, just tugging at the back of Fabrizio Bernal's jersey. And they are going to give him a yellow card for that. So make that the 4th member of Miami City who has just entered the book in just half number 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, yellow card caution has been issued
With no
by the
yellows
referee.
going to Sarasota
Number 2
yet,
for Miami
the
City,
Miami
Giannis
City
Lasry.
players have been on fire, and the tension is just starting, here. And they've been extremely hot. As it looks like a little bit of a counterattack here.
Miami City trying to draw level before halftime, and Roberto Burlu, he is so good. Can he keep possession as well? Battling and battling on that corner. And he wins a foul. Roberto Burlu, take a bow. What a job in the corner.
Absolute masterclass of defending right there from Roberto Burlu. Has 2 defenders. They didn't need 1, they needed 2. They needed Amadou Diop to come in there and help out as Roberto Burlu wins a crucial foul for the Sarasota Paradise in their own half.
Miami City, a real poor job on that break. A 3-on-2 opportunity goes for naught.
Yeah, and it didn't even look like that even had a chance. And I think that really just shows how amazing this Sarasota Paradise defense is, as that 3-2 attack just goes absolutely nowhere.
It's been on display all season long. Under a goal allowed a match. 0.73 goals to be exact. Just an incredible feat. And you take away the one game versus Miami City where 4 goals were netted. In those other 10, only 4 goals allowed. And so when you put it into that perspective as well, it's just even more incredible of the work that this back 4 consistently, no matter who's in, who's out, has been able to produce for the Paradise all season long. We head to added time.
Yeah, they really just kind of have that like Mount Rushmore 4 where all 4 defenders are just fantastic in that back 4.
2 minutes of added time. Chance there from Manuel Gutierrez. And that's a good run. Wasn't able to pick it up, but Casas able to clear it away. And we'll see if Miami City has one final push in the last minute of the first half here in the regular season finale. The final game for Miami City. Trying to end their season on a positive note and defeat the Paradise. Yet again, the only team to do that this season. Paradise lost to them earlier, like we've mentioned, 4-2. The Paradise's 2 draws both came against St. Petersburg. The only team the Paradise haven't taken points from this season. On pace to do it now, leading 1-0. A goal from Romeo Dallin, and he was giving chase. Maybe wanted to find a second. He's had a couple chances at that. Here's Diop. Amato plays it long, and Rojas gets ahead on it, but controlled by Miami City, but Lucas Camrath will easily be able to retrieve that. Rojas. Sent long. That will surely be the halftime whistle. 1-0 your score here at the halftime break. The Paradise trying to close out their regular season with their 9th win of this season. They lead 1-0 over Miami City as they look to take some momentum onto the playoffs next week. We'll be back on NBC Sports Engine after the break.
Garcia here, president and owner of World Class Fight League. Our next event is going to be August 1st. It's a Friday right here in beautiful Tampa, Florida at the Cuban Civic Center on Memorial and Sheldon. We'd love for you guys to come check us out. If you guys love MMA action, UFC, Bellator, PFL, even boxing. We have boxing, MMA, kickboxing. We'll have about 15 to 16 action-packed fights that night. Come check us out.
Imagine waking up every morning with parks, pools, championship golf, shopping, and dining just around the corner. Being close to both the clear blue waters of the Gulf Coast and the excitement of downtown Tampa, with 1,000,001 ways to meet your neighbors, build traditions, and explore new interests. Lakewood Ranch has truly become a way of life. Come see why we've been America's favorite place to call home for 5 years running.
Hey guys, Ralph Garcia here, president and owner of World Class Fight League. Our next event is going to be August 1st. It's a Friday right here in beautiful Tampa, Florida at the Cuban Civic Center on Memorial and Sheldon. We'd love for you guys to come check us out. If you guys love MMA action, UFC, Bellator, PFL, even boxing. We have boxing, MMA, kickboxing. We'll have about 15 to 16 action-packed fights that night. Come check us out.
Imagine waking up every morning with parks, pools, championship golf, shopping, and dining just around the corner. Being close to both the clear blue waters of the Gulf Coast and the excitement of downtown Tampa, with 1,000,001 ways to meet your neighbors, build traditions, and explore new interests. Lakewood Ranch has truly become a way of life. Come see why we've been America's favorite place to call home for 5 years running.
Hey guys, Ralph Garcia here, president and owner of World Class Fight League. Our next event is going to be August 1st. It's a Friday right here in beautiful Tampa, Florida at the Cuban Civic Center on Memorial and Sheldon. We'd love for you guys to come check us out. If you guys love MMA action, UFC, Bellator, PFL, even boxing. We have boxing, MMA, kickboxing. We'll have about 15 to 16 action-packed fights that night. Come check us out.
Imagine waking up every morning with parks, pools, championship golf, shopping, and dining just around the corner. Being close to both the clear blue waters of the Gulf Coast and the excitement of downtown Tampa, with 1,000,001 ways to meet your neighbors, build traditions, and explore new interests. Lakewood Ranch has truly become a way of life. Come see why we've been America's favorite place to call home for 5 years running.
Good evening and welcome back to the Premier Sports Complex, the sixth and final home game here at the Premier Sports Complex. Another beautiful sunset here, as it always is, and the Paradise closing out their third and final regular season in the USL2. This was a club that started just 2 years ago, really. The first game that the Paradise played was in May of 2023. Not even, just over 2 years and a half later, the Paradise will be a USL 1 squad, and here they are, back-to-back division champions in the South Florida division, with a chance to go farther than they did last year. A team that is equipped, even with the guys that they're losing, equipped to go far. They have a tough schedule, though, again, in the playoffs. Their bracket is one of the toughest in USL2. There's four. There's the South, North, West, and Central Division. But let's go over the 8 teams in the South Ball. Teams that are at the top of their, really, divisions and such. Sporting Jacksonville won their division with 25 points, so actually one of the lower teams, which the Paradise did draw in a bid to come to Sarasota. But then there's the number 1 team in all of USL2 in Asheville City. They will not be coming to Sarasota. They will be coming to their in-division rival, Dothan, who is the other host in the South Conference. They are in Alabama. Then you've got Laredo Heat from San Antonio, who is coming to Sarasota. You've obviously got the Paradise. You've got Fort Lauderdale United, another tough, gritty squad who is actually getting their goalkeeper back. In the game on June 18th, the Paradise went up against Michael Stone, who allowed 3 goals in that game. But their keeper before that, in the first 6 games of the season, only allowed 1 goal. He's going to be back for the playoffs. And then to close out the South is Louisiana Crew and Little Rock Rangers. Arguably the toughest draw is in the South. The Paradise were able to avoid that a little bit, but the playoffs is not going to be easy. Obviously, they've got to close this game out. You know, they want to carry in some momentum going into the playoffs. But talk about how difficult you think the Paradise's journey from the regular season to the playoff is going to be, as they look to kind of get over the hump that they couldn't get over last year in the round of 32.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a tough playoff as they draw some of the best teams in USL2. Obviously, you said they have the number 1 team in all of USL2. They have Sporting Jacksonville won their division. They have Laredo Heat all the way from Texas coming in to play them. But I think they will be able to adapt to that toughness. I think they are kind of hungry for some, tougher competition. So even though they did get one of the tougher draws, I think the Paradise are one of the better teams in that division. Let's not discredit how good they've been this season. So I think that they will be able to adapt and do very well in this playoffs, although it will be really tough.
And tonight is Fan Appreciation Night here at Premier Sports Camp. We want to thank each and every one of you for your incredible support this season. You are the heart of Paradise, and we are grateful for the energy, passion, and pride you spread.
The last half of the regular season for the Sarasota Paradise in their USL2 journey kicks off now as they'll look to close off FC Miami City in their final game as Romeo Dolan goes for goal quickly in half number 1. The clock didn't even start. It happened so fast.
Yeah, it looked like a little bit of an awkward situation as Romeo Dolan and Kai Tamashiro kind of made runs in the same spot, and they kind of got tangled there, which forced Romeo Dolan to take a shot at a bad angle. But not a bad start to this second half. As you said, the clock didn't even start. He shot it so fast.
And a clear foul. No, they'll play on. Fajardo gets away with one, and George waits. Oh, that's a nice move. Able to win possession for the Paradise as here's Fabrizio Bernal. Burlew. Here's Leon controlling the midfield. Is that run on side from Felipe Rojas? It is. Rojas into the middle. Owen Barnett, he sets up, drops it off. George Waite, that is stunning! 2-0 Paradise!
An amazing strike from George Waits as it falls to Owen Barnett. He's not able to get the shot he wants as he has two defenders in his face, but lays it off for that one-timer. George Waits, perfect shot right into that bottom right corner, right past Juan Casas, and the Paradise go up commandingly 2-0 here.
The Paradise start strong here in half number 2. George Waits, his final game before he heads back off to Xavier University, and he leads it with the bang. 2-0. You saw it earlier. They started the second half right on cue, putting pressure on. 2 minutes later, it results in the first goal of the second half.
Yeah, I believe his first goal all season, and what a way to do it as he goes back to Xavier University right before the playoffs. His last game with the Sarasota Paradise this season, and like you said, ends it off with a banger.
The Paradise, like we've mentioned, the only team they have fallen to this year is Miami City, and even though this game doesn't matter for the playoffs or for the division championship, it's a game that this team is motivated to win. They want to get the revenge against Miami City, and they are just 43 minutes away from making that happen. As here is Diop to control. Into the middle to Caicedo. Good challenge, but it falls to the foot, and a good opportunity, but it just goes over. A little wide, too. FC Miami City has not been short of chances tonight. A lot more chances than the Paradise are used to giving up, but they just have not been able to, and we've seen a couple of good glimpses tonight from Jack Killstrom as well.
Yeah, definitely. He's been very good positionally and had some really, really good saves from, earlier in this first half, but definitely a lot of chances.
Oh, that's a great pass from Dalin. Tamashiro blows by, but it's just too strong on the touch, and Diop's able to clear away the mess.
Yeah, it's a nice run there, but takes just too strong of a touch that he's able not to capitalize on the run, but a very good try by Kai Tamashiro there.
Here is George Waits again. Gets it over to Burlew. Burlew dancing by. Roberto Burlew wins the corner.
And not only showing off the defensive play, but also the offensive play on that as a nice move and cuts into the box, had a nice little run there.
Third corner of the game for the Paradise.
Proudly supporting your Sarasota Paradise.
'50th minute. Paradise trying to make it 3 as Andrew Hollenbach's header goes over the
For
bar.
your Sarasota Paradise.
Another good challenge. Rojas able to win back possession. And now Fabrizio Bernal gets by the slide of Diop. Paradise, can they get their third? Bernal. Paradise have to play it back, and Killstrom has to send it into the crowd. So a new goalie in for the Paradise. It is Gabriel Velasco. Bumalala to take the free kick here for FC Miami City. And picked up cleanly.
It's a nice ball by Rojas.
And here's Bernal, Fabrizio Bernal getting by. Diop the trip, Barnett the finish. Oh no, it is off the bar. Another great opportunity for the Paradise, but just missed by Barnett.
Yeah, it's a great chance in there. It's a nice ball by Rojas and a great play by Fabrizio Bernal there to stick with it. Gets it into Owen Barnett, and it's just off the side of the post. It's a goal kick.
Paradise continue to pressure here in half number 2. They've already found one. It was off the foot of George Waits. Pumalala. Tamashiro with some great defense. It's taken away, but right back. And now here comes Miami City. Roberto Burlew on that right back has been a brick wall since he has come in the middle of the summer. Arguably been the best defender since he's come in.
Yeah, he's been absolutely fantastic, as we see there. A really, really hard slide tackle as he comes in from the back, but it's perfectly executed and it goes out for a throw-in, and he has been locked down, 10 out of 10, picture perfect. And, you know, back to kind of what we've been talking to Coach Dokovic about is that that right back position has kind of been a little inconsistent, as he said. And he said when the first game when Burlew started, he said that he would hope that he would fill that right back position and kind of be a cemented starter. And he has been exactly that and more.
Couldn't have said it better myself. That's exactly the type of production that Roberto Burlew has brought to this Paradise squad. 55th minute of action. We will have our first sub of the game, and it will come from Miami City. It'll be Alejandro Nasato to come on. And a flurry of substitutions coming on for the Paradise as well. Nasato coming on for Gutierrez. And for the Paradise coming on into the game is Elias Kodry, Nathan Lamb, Nicholas Slivich, and Andres Ferreira. And coming off for the final time this season as he also heads back to Xavier is Fabrizio Bernal, Owen Barnett, George Waits also off for the final time. And to round it off is Romeo Dahlin, who scored the opener here in the 30th minute. So the leading goal scorer now comes on for the Paradise, Andres Ferreira, who is coming off a game where he scored just quite a couple of goals, only 5 of them, along with 5 assists. We'll see if he can add any to his tally on what has been such an incredible season for him. He's had 3 games with more than 2 goals. He has been a great replacement for Seth Mahlmeister, who was in that position last year. Obviously, Maulmeister dealt with the injury earlier in the season, but it's been a fabulous job from the Paradise and Andres Ferrere to recover from that and find such a prevalent striker.
Yeah, he's been absolutely amazing in that kind of number 9 position as that clinical striker, clinical finisher. If you need to put the ball in the back of the net, he's your guy. You know, obviously has 3 games with 2 or more goals, and then had that game last game with 5 goals, 5 assists. I mean, he's been absolutely clinical and crucial in that number 9 position. Has replaced Seth Maulmeister perfectly.
And number 35, Andres Frere, in for number 11, Romeo Dalla.
Almost taken away, but Slivic slips and falls, and Andres Ferrere almost got to it. Sarasota putting on the pressure.
Yeah,
A nice spin back to not let Ferrere get that one. He is pushing. He is hungry for that goal.
Yeah, we've seen it all season from the Paradise. That high press play has been extremely prevalent, and we see it just now, and we've kind of been seeing it all night.
It's a nice play right there between Slivic and Elias Kodry. It'll be a Paradise throw. Oh, that's a nice ball in. It's Kai Tamashiro. Was trying to squeeze it into Elias Kodry.
Could have been a little better positionally from Elias Kodry there, as it's a nice ball from Kai Tamashiro. Seems to be down actually on the sideline as the referee will stop play.
Tamashiro is down, out of play.
Not
Juan
sure.
Casas is having a discussion with the referee, pointing at Tamashiro.
Yeah, not really sure what happened. I didn't see any contact.
And it looks like the trainer will run over and go check out Tamashiro again. It didn't look like a contact injury.
He's still down as we see Danny Ferrere, Andres Ferrere's brother, warming up on the sideline.
So the Paradise will play a man down while Tamashiro is out due to an apparent injury to his lower leg. We will keep you updated on that as we follow him.
And we've seen the Paradise do this with players before, as we see it happened a few games ago when Jeffrey White went down and they played a man down, but it doesn't really seem to affect them as they have that strong, super strong back four.
Here's Christian Leon. And it is Daniel Ferrere who appears he will come on in for Kai Tamashiro if it is needed. Here's Dia. Bumalala.
As we see Tamashiro walking, that's a good sign, but
Laseri. FC Miami City trying to draw themselves back into this game late. And that is a free kick. Fajardo finally gets his wish and wins a foul. And now a great opportunity for Miami City. They've put a lot of good chances on the free kicks that they've had so far tonight.
absolutely, they almost had a goal there and in the last free kick by Mateo Amato that went off the post. So we'll see what they can do here in another dangerous position, as you see Danny Ferrere finally going on the field to replace Kai Tamashiro, as both brothers will lead that Paradise attack.
And I'm sure a very cool moment for both of them.
Absolutely.
To be on the pitch of this game at the same time. So here's a good opportunity for Miami City. Taking a while to set this free kick up. Samuel Calderon looks to take it. A couple of other choices in there. Now they'll switch it out. Paradise with a 2-0 lead. Miami City's, they've been knocking at the door all night, but no one has answered for them yet. Can they find it here?
Just outside that 18-yard box. As it looks like Samuel Cauldron might be lining up to take it.
And after all this time, it will be Cauldron. Cauldron for goal, and it is punched out of play. It'll be a corner. A nice save right there for Gabriel Velasco, who has come in as keeper for the second half.
Yeah, replaces Jack Killstrom, as it's a dangerous free kick in a dangerous position that could have proved costly, but Velasco handles it very well.
Corner in, Velasco punches it away.
It's a nice clearance.
It'll go out for a throw, so Miami City still with possession. Fajardo slips. It'll be a goal kick. Fajardo once again pleading with the referee. He has been doing it all night.
Yeah, not afraid to be vocal here with the referees tonight, as it seems like any call that doesn't go his way or the team's way, he's screaming at the refs. Nice turn.
And now here's Elias Kodri. That was Daniel Ferrere with the pass. Kodri spins into the middle, goes for goal, and it is denied. Andrew Hollenbach. Slivic into the middle. Andres Ferrere trying to balance it and keep it with himself. It'll instead go to Juan Casas.
Almost looked like he was trying to find his brother there on the left side. Wouldn't have that been a cool moment, as both brothers leading that attack.
That's a nice pass in. Lasari battling. Andrew Hollenbach staying close. Amano! Just deflected out of play. Another nice save by Velasco.
Yeah, it's a nice shot there by Amato, as he has to go onto his left foot and kind of get a tough angle there, but, you know, proves a nice shot, but it's another nice save by Gabriel Velasco.
It'll go out for a throw, but the Paradise do win back possession here. Miami City has really put on a good attack in the final, or the last 10 minutes or so of this game. Still looking for that first goal. They were able to score 4 on the Paradise in that game on June 11th. None so far here today. Velasco starts on the ground, and the Paradise looking to go quickly here. Oh, and a bad pass. And now the Paradise taken away. Here is Daniel Ferrere to his brother, but is saved.
I've just mentioned it before, and it actually comes to fruition here as it's almost a brother-to-brother goal, as it was Daniel Ferrere that made the nice run in and then passes it to his brother, Andres.
Lasari trying to squeeze it into the middle. Lucas Camerath having none of that, and is then a foul
All right,
on Samuel
fans,
Calderon.
Let's get it going here. Let's go Paradise. 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 Let's go Paradise.
Here is Camerath. Slivich tried to squeeze it in there to Andres Ferrere. Giving chase, but will go out of play. Looked like that run was a little bit offside anyway, as Camerath didn't really give much of a chase to it. That's just a wonderful play by Slivich. There's Andres Ferrere waiting. Ferrere to Slivich, no, offside. And so that chance is taken back. Looked like a good opportunity, but I think they got Slivich for just being a tad offside.
Yeah, it looks like he was just a little bit offside, but a nice pass in there to Andres Ferrere.
And speaking of Andres Ferrere, to his brother, man, oh man, there's been a couple of chances between the brothers.
Yeah, you definitely don't doubt their heritage, as there seems to be definitely a connection between the two, as they've already had a couple of chances in these first few minutes of Danny being on.
Camerath comes on and sends that out of play. It'll be a corner. Approaching the 70th minute. Miami City trying to make it a one-goal game, but it won't happen here on this corner. It'll be a Paradise throw. Again, the Paradise back in action here at the Premier Sports Complex on July 18th. They will be in a 4-team tournament as part of the South Division playoffs. Fort Lauderdale United, Sporting Jacksonville, and Laredo Heat from San Antonio will come to town. A 4-team tournament, 2 games on the 18th. The 2 winners will meet on the 20th. And we've talked about it tonight, about the Paradise losing a bunch of guys. We've already lost Enzo Pinozzo. You've lost a guy who's been so crucial in Jeffrey White. How do you manage to lose those guys, replace them with new guys like Nathan Lamb, who we see in right now for the Paradise and just made that play? How do you manage that and figure out the cohesiveness between your new teammates in such an important match, a win or go home match?
Yeah, it's definitely going to be something that the Paradise are going to have to adapt to. We talked to Coach Dokovic before this game.
And an early opportunity. Oh. Miami City almost had it there. Great defense from Yanis Lasari, and Miami City, they haven't found the goal yet, but they're pushing. And that was a lot closer than it looked. Fajardo was offside anyway.
Looks like there's going to be some subs here for Miami City.
It'll be Isaac Herrera and Dennis Reese to come in. Santiago Fajardo, it's been a frustrating day for him.
Yeah.
Been called for a bunch of fouls that he did not think were fouls. A lot of runs that he thought were onside, which were offside. He's created a bunch of opportunities, but it has just not been his day to this point. But with the amount of chances he's creating, you almost think that at some point he is due. So those substitutions do come
for
on.
Miami City. Number 14, Isaac Herrera. In for number 10, Mateo Amato. And number 18, Dennis Reese. In for number 16, Daniel Amato.
As we continue to talk about this playoff table and how exciting this is going to be, and like you mentioned before, the Paradise losing 4 key players for the playoffs, and it'll definitely have to be something that the Paradise are going to have to adapt to. We talked to Coach Dokovic before the game, and he mentioned that because this bench is so deep, he's not really worried about the loss of those players. Obviously, they are losses, but because this bench is so deep, he's not worried that it'll make much of a difference in the playoffs, and obviously we're hoping for the best, but it is definitely going to be an adjustment, especially because these players have played together all season. You get some new guys in there. The connections could be off, but I think the Paradise could be able to adapt to it. It's going to be something that they're going to have to work on in practice, and the coaching will have to be on point.
And Sarasota is not the only team hosting for the South. Also hosting is Dothan United, who was in a very tight battle with Asheville City, the number 1 ranked team in the entirety of USL2. And if you saw on the USL2 Instagram post the other day when it was announced that Dothan was going to get the bid to do the home playoff games, Asheville City fans were not happy about it at all, and some back and forth between the two fans. And there's not just going to be excitement here in Sarasota in this region. You've got some fireworks and a bad blood rivalry over there in Alabama that'll be taking place next week. Personally, one that I think a lot of fans are looking forward to see who will come out between the number 1 team and one of the best fan bases in all of USL2 in Dothan, as here is Isaac Herrera.
Yeah, it's definitely super interesting to see that rivalry as we see Dothan, in Alabama their fan base has been very vocal, and so is Asheville's as they get the bid, but it'll be interesting to see those fireworks over there in Alabama and in this playoff.
That run was offside. Asheville City did win that division over Dothan. Both teams will have something to prove. We'll see if they even meet in the playoffs. Most likely that will not be the first round matchup in the round of 32, so a possible Sunday night showdown in Alabama for one of those teams to go to the Final 8. Andres Ferrari, the pressure. Sorry. Taken away. Here's Nathan Lamb, and it is a foul, a slight push in the back. Nathan Lamb, his first appearance for the Paradise in a USL2 match. He did play in the U.S. Open Cup against Naples FC back in March. And with the Paradise, again, losing players, you're also going to see them gaining players. And Nathan Lamb, Not a familiar face this season in the USL2, but a familiar face here in Sarasota. Oh, that's a hard foul. A card will surely be coming out for that. Down on the ground in pain. Looks like it might be Daniel Ferreira.
It is Daniel Ferreira.
Get another look here.
But another reckless foul by this FC Miami City. You can tell they're hot. You can tell they're mad.
It is
they're down
another
2-0.
yellow card.
Miami City yellow card on number 5, John Campy.
John Campy picks up the yellow, the 5th player so far on Miami City to draw a yellow, and that one
It was close to a red.
That was close.
It was very close. I'm honestly surprised the referee is not given a red here tonight, considering how reckless Miami City has been. But just a yellow.
Letting them play on, and in a game like this, most would say that's the way it should be. Elias Kodry.
Looks like Daniel Ferreira is all good and moving, so that's the good news.
Oh, and you can see it is true with that move,
That's a great
although
move.
his pass is off the mark.
Looks like he was wanting either Romeo Dahlin or Elias Kodry to make a run there, but neither of them do.
Daniel Ferreira has been practicing with the team all season long. We were talking to Coach Stokovich about that earlier, about some of these guys that haven't gotten opportunities to get opportunities, and you see it in a guy like Daniel Ferreira, and he's come on here in these 10 minutes or so, and he's been pretty effective
Yeah.
in the game so far. It's been a very nice showing, as here is Miami City trying to make this game a one-goal game, but it is cleaned up right there by Gabriel Velasco.
Yeah, Daniel Ferreira is
Attention,
definitely
Sarasota
making a
Paradise
lot of
fans.
impact here, even in
Tonight's
these first
attendance,
10 minutes. He's
a
made a
new
lot of
record
good
for the
passes,
Sarasota
a lot of
Paradise,
good moves in midfield. He's really been everywhere and definitely
1,847.
trying to make his statement here on this Paradise team before the playoffs.
Andres Ferreira. Paradise will win a throw. The Paradise in their USL2 games have a record attendance 1,837 here at the Premier Sports Complex. I was at the first ever home game of the Paradise on the call. There were about 400, 300 people at the game in their first game. Nobody had really heard of them. Then they ended up getting 1,000 tickets, or 1,000 people in the game for the final game. They offered free tickets, so 1,000 people came out. And then last year, attendance kind of started slow, but it started to amp up again. And then they moved to the Premier Sports Complex. And attendance, as this team continues to grow, and they announced the pros level that they will be at next year. It has truly been a remarkable job by the staff of the team, by their owner. It has been so incredible to see the progress that has been made in just about 3 years. A side that brought 300, 400 people to their first ever home game, to a team that will be playing professional soccer, and a fan base that is alive and well and continuing to grow. Something that the city and the staff and the owner of this team should not take lightly. It's an incredible job that they've done. Not only that, but they built a winning product of football at that. They're at their second straight division title here, and now they're hosting playoff games. It's just been truly, to watch it all unfold over these past 3 years, it's been something special that's building here in Sarasota.
Absolutely. It's been amazing to see this team grow, and just for the city of Sarasota.
A risky
Yeah.
decision right there from Juan Casas to not just boot that one away.
Yeah, they're definitely showing a lot of press here. As you see, there's no defenders in sight there, as Andres Ferreira and Elias Kodry were two lone Sarasota attackers on goalkeeper, but Juan Casas able to come well out of his box and defend it there. As we see another substitution for FC Miami City.
Miami City substitution, number 13, Iro Correa.
Correa
20, Samuel Calderon.
will sub in for the final 10 minutes or so of this game. Paradise, unless a catastrophic collapse happens, will end the season unbeaten at home. Their worst result at home was a 1-1 draw to St. Petersburg. 5 wins, 1 draw. And again, it attests to not only this team, but this fan base as well for creating such a hostile environment. And you go to many other USL2 teams, especially a couple here in the South Florida division, the crowds are not the same. And here's a good opportunity for the Paradise. Nikola Slivic is stopped by Juan Casas.
Sarasota Paradise.
Yeah, takes it on his own there. Had Daniel Ferrere on that right side, who made a nice run, but decides to take it himself and fires it straight to Casas. It's a nice slide there by Roberto Burlu.
Continues to impress. Daniel Ferrere gets it taken away. Nathan Lamb. That run is onside from Felipe Rojas. Drops it off to Elias Kodri. A chance brewing. And how on earth did he get that on target? And it's a handball. Looked like it did happen outside of the box, and so it will not be a penalty.
As you see, a free kick in a dangerous position here for the Paradise. We've seen it all night for FC Miami City, but finally the Paradise able to get a really, really nice chance here right outside the box, as you see Andres Ferrere, and it looks like Lucas Camrath talking about it.
All right, fans, let's get it going here. Let's go Paradise. Let's go
Lucas
Paradise.
Camrath has been able to net a couple of goals this season. Saw that very important goal about a month ago against Fort Lauderdale United to break the deadlock. Who's going to take it? Camrath or Ferrere? It'll be Camrath. Almost an opportunity for Elias Kodri or Nathan Lamb to come in there and clean up the deflection.
Yeah, it looks like he tried to kind of go under the wall there, as it does go under the wall, and it looks like a fairly easy save there for Juan Casas, but it looks like he spilled it a little.
Fajardo to take the free kick. The corner. And a nice effort right there. It was Alejandro Nasado who got a foot on that one. It was not all that close, but from the angle. And we have a substitute coming on here for the Sarasota Paradise. It will be Mikey Burke. Who will come on for Felipe Rojas.
Substitution, number 25. Michael Burke in for number 12, Felipe Rojas.
And here is Mikey Burke right on cue. Paradise 4 minutes and some change away from getting their 9th win of the season and securing their best USL2 season of all time. In 2023, it was 5 wins, 5 losses, and 2 draws. Last season, they were able to end with 27 points. And this season, with a win here today, they will end with 29. Elias Kotri shaking and baking his way through the defense and finally gets caught down, and then a foul. Good recovery right there from Laseri. A good run. It's Isaac Herrera. And Mikey Burke, a nice slide, and sends that one out of play for a corner.
It's an amazing play there by Mikey Burke as he gets a really tough tackle but executes it really nicely as it goes out for a corner.
Just a reminder for you Sarasota Paradise fans, free Chick-fil-A for everyone tonight. Every fan in the stadium will receive a free gift card for a free Chick-fil-A sandwich.
Corner played in, and Andrew Hollenbach sends it away, and a shot to the face right there. Came off the foot of Dennis Reese. And it looks like it's Roberto Burlew who just took it right to the face, maybe chest area.
Yeah. Looks like he took it to the chest. At least that's what I saw. Looks like he just kind of got the wind knocked out of him, kind of lost his breath, but the trainer looks like he's going to have a little talk with him, but looks like he's going to stay on the pitch.
And they will have him step off
maybe
for
come
the
off,
time
yeah.
being. It looks like he will come back on. Paradise will play with 10.
Yeah, don't want to risk it there with potential head injury.
So it will be a throw. Camras sent it back to Velasco, and Velasco just sent it into the crowd. 89th minute here, Paradise hanging on to that 2-0 lead. Can Miami City cause some late drama? Diop tripped up, but onside. Is this his moment? No! Fajardo was trying to finally find that first goal, but another nice save right there from Gabriel Velasco.
It doesn't even need both of the hands there, just uses the powerfulness of the chest and deflects it away. You know, Fajardo has been very goal hungry, but doesn't look like he'll grab one tonight.
Corner goes in. And it looks to be another corner. Miami City sensing the urgency that they must have. Takes a deflection, a bicycle kick, but it goes over. It was John Campy doing his best circus move to try and make this a game, and now it looks like we're going to have a yellow card on Velasco for possible time wasting.
Yeah, looks like just took a little too long there for the ref as we close in here on 90 minutes.
Ferrere trying to get it to Ferrere. Here's Dia. It appears we will have 2 minutes of added time. Reese. Herrera. And a shove from Daniel Ferrere, and he will get called for it.
Yeah, I don't know about that call. It looks like Danny Ferrere just came in there very cleanly.
Takes a deflection, loose in the box, and it is sent away. The Paradise hang on to their clean sheet in the final moments, and maybe they can add to it because they have numbers. Elias Kodry spinning towards the middle, finds Nathan Lamb, and Nathan Lamb puts the bow on this game. His first game since the U.S. Open Cup, and Nathan Lamb delivers the final goal of the regular season for the Paradise.
Yeah, it's a great finish there by Nathan Lamb. Just kind of tips it right over the keeper as the keeper goes low, and Nathan Lamb able to get just enough on it that it goes over the keeper and into the back of the net. But some chaos here kind of in these last closing minutes as you have a chaotic goal kind of opportunity in that box as it gets cleared out, and the Sarasota Paradise are able to capitalize on that counterattack.
The final whistle will surely be coming any second now. Maybe one more. Ooh. Was trying to squeeze it into Andres Ferrere. Leon to Daniel Ferrere. Taken down. He's begging for a penalty. He's not going to get it. Mikey Park takes it away, and it is sent away. And the final whistle sounds for the final time in the regular season. Undefeated at home, South Florida Division champs, and now a chance to compete for a national title. The Sarasota Paradise win 3-0 against Miami City.
3, Miami City nil.
The Sarasota Paradise are 5 wins away from a national title, and they have a chance to pick 2 of them up at home on July 18th and July 20th. The Paradise close the regular season tonight. Thank you so much for joining us all year long on Diamond Point Sports. We appreciate it. From Madison Rusco and my partner Paul Whiteside, enjoy the Paradise South Florida Division Championship, and we hope to see you for the South Florida Division winners in the playoff on July 18th and July 20th.
National title. Get your playoff tickets now. Sarasota Paradise.
Hey guys, Ralph Garcia here, president and owner of World Class Fight League. Our next event is going to be August 1st. It's a Friday right here in beautiful Tampa, Florida at the Cuban Civic Center on Memorial and Sheldon. We'd love for you guys to come check us out. If you guys love MMA action, UFC, Bellator, PFL, even boxing. We have boxing, MMA, and kickboxing. We'll have about 15 to 16 action-packed fights that night. Come check us out.
Imagine waking up every morning with parks, pools, championship golf, shopping, and dining just around the corner. Being close to both the clear blue waters of the Gulf Coast and the excitement of downtown Tampa, with 1,000,001 ways to meet your neighbors, build traditions, and explore new interests. Lakewood Ranch has truly become a way of life. Come see why we've been America's favorite place to call home for 5 years running.